And I've been talking into an empty microphone again. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Welcome again to Spleen Squeezins. This is your host, Ralph Hayes Jr., RHJunior reality chick, Rafael, in your Spanish-speaking countries. Bringing absolutely nothing to the table. That's me. I'm looking at this. I'm trying a different approach on. I'm doing the text first and then drawing the comic. See what I can do with that. Layer, new raster layer. Yeah, here we go. Just, I don't know. I feel tired all the time these days. I lay down. I got to bed finally at like 2 or 3 in the morning, which is early for me. I have gotten into a bad habit of sitting up late. And I stayed in bed I was in bed till noon, till almost noon. And I get up and I do not feel any more rested. Part of it is, I think it's my sleep apnea because I don't know. No, 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 no. I'm getting it wrong here. I'm getting old. Just these days, some days I just want to lie down and not get back up again. Just so tired all the time. Just so tired, and Somebody's supposed to be dropping off some stuff they purchased for me at the store. They're not here today. They may have forgotten, their circumstances may have come up, and I'm kind of waiting for it. You know, they got my, like, toilet paper, you know, little necessities like toilet paper and garbage bags and things like that, and laundry soap and dish soap. I know they purchased it because I looked at the card, you know, and they'd stopped at the dollar store and they'd used the card I gave them to make the purchases. I haven't got much choice but to trust people like this, but I think she's trustworthy, and I'm just waiting for her to show up. She may have just, you know, more than likely, circumstances arose she couldn't get here today. I'm going to call her and find out. I've already called, but nobody was answering. There's one thing that pisses me off about people today. We have literally spent billions of dollars designing dozens of systems whereby you could get in contact with each other. And yet somehow nobody is able to answer the damn phone. Nobody's able to answer an email. I send people phone calls. I leave messages on their answering machine. No, we're not going to answer that. Go on the internet, got a chat room. People just sit there and stare at the screen. That pisses me off. You have no idea how angry that makes me. I cannot begin to describe how angry it makes me. If you're not going to talk, don't lurk in the channel. You know, you're watching this. This drives me crazy. You're watching the video. But you're not answering. You might as well just turn off the chat room. Leave the chat room and just watch the video. Because you are not contributing to the discussion in any way. You're just taking up bandwidth. It's a pet peeve. You know, just thinking about it just guns my motor. It just... Hold on. Incoming telephone call. Hello? Hey, Alethea. A DVD head cleaner. Just ask the lady at the electronics department. She can get one for you. Should come with a little DVD with a brush on it, kind of thing. Just go to the electronics department and ask the lady behind the counter that you need a DVD head cleaner. Sure, just call back. Okay? Okay. See you later tonight then. Bye-bye. Hello, Alethea. This is Ralph. Is the connection better? Hello? Alethea? Is the connection better? This is Ralph. Okay, I've got a cell phone. Oh, darn it. Just dropped it. Hold on just a second. I'm getting out my cell phone here. I keep forgetting the number. No, I have your number. I'll call you on my cell phone. Okay, let's try that. Bye-bye. Hello, Alethea. This is Ralph. Is the connection better now? Okay, okay. Uh, like I said, it's a DVD lens cleaner. Should be written on the paper they gave you. Yeah, just sorry about that. Just ask the lady at the counter in the electronics department, and she'll get one, and she'll know where they are. Okay, and oh, I finally remembered what it was that I needed to ask you to add to the list. A pair of flip flops. Great, the biggest pair they have. Those, they're cheap. They're like a couple of bucks. Just, not really. Just get the biggest pair they got. I got swollen feet. That's probably what I'll need. Flip flops. Okay. I'll see you later. Oh, let me give you the number to this cell phone. It's You still there? Hello? Yeah, my mistake. Uh, my cell phone number, in case you can't get me by the regular phone, my cell phone number is 236-3721. Okay. I'll catch. Okie doke. I'll see you later. Drive careful. Okay, sorry for that. Little round of phone tag there. Uh, oh my. Uh, Goodness. I'd like to talk about current events, but man, is there anything out there that you can talk about that isn't just depressing as hell? Uh, Bit of a stuffy nose. Uh, or a sneezy nose. Really, this good question is I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to talk about. Stuffy head. Uh, Bit of a headache. Supposed to go see my doctor on Monday. I hate that. I hate doctor's appointments. I hate the rigmarole I have to go through just to get there. I hate having to leave my little den of garbage and filth and lonely solitude just to go sit in a doctor's office for an hour while he diddles around, then sit in his back room for a half hour while he decides whether or not he's going to see me, and then he comes over 10, 15 minutes poking me and talking and staring at me and saying, uh, he'll say what I could have figured out for myself 9 times out of 10. But because I went to because I went through all this rigmarole with this kidney stone, I'm going to have to take it to him. Now I've got the kidney stone in a little empty pill bottle here. I'm going to be hauling that into him so he can send it off to be analyzed or something. Or at least I hope he will. Figure out what kind it is and all this other crap. I'm just I'm just feeling down. I'm just been feeling down for a few days, and eating at me. Okay, so try and cheer myself up. Talk about something else. Yeah, earthquake in Mexico City. I remember the last earthquake in Mexico City. Good night. Doesn't look like they built anything any better down there either. Just going by what I've seen. Everybody trying to blame North Korea's aggression on Trump. Of course, they're trying to blame everything up to and including bad weather on Trump. And that would be a joke in any other generation. But thanks to the global warming movement, that's all environmentalism is to these limousine liberals. It's an excuse to blame Republicans for bad weather. That's that's all it is. I swear, forget it. Welcome to a world run by the devil. There's a reason that the devil's called the prince of this world in the Bible, because this whole world dances to his tune. We live in a world where you could get out of your boat and walk across the surface, walk across water, and the news headline next day would be, unrepentant Republican unable to swim. Heal the sick and raise the dead. They're putting morticians and doctors out of work. Ugh, I'm all snuffly. Bug flew up my nose, I think. Don't know what I'm going to do. Don't know what I'm going to think. Okay, making a little progress. I'm trying a different method for writing my comics. For writing the comics pages, I'm putting the text first, then I'm drawing the pictures. Let me switch it over here so you can see. Hands are shaky. A little bit of quiver to them. ow, 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 ow. Foot's acting up. Darn it. Jeez. Which feed are you on? Which feed are you on? Good, good, good. Okay, just checking here. When was my last broadcast? Tuesday? Hmm. I really don't want to talk politics right now. I really don't want to talk about the politics we're going through right now, to be more specific, because there's just nothing to be said for them. Just really not. I have no idea what that purple frame is. Stupid thing. I don't know. Okay, okay, okay. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, YouTuber1752. Hello, Remdog1138. Hello, stranger who is lurking in the background, not saying anything. Okay. I'm thinking, since it was such a big hit last time, I don't know, I'll take a few minutes and show you my Minecraft stuff. Hello, hello. You take a break now. Just okay. Let me stop the music here. There we go. Oh, getting a little bit of a headache. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm hungry or what. Okay. Let me boot up my Minecraft. Progress. Unfortunately, this is the only thing progress at. This is my new look. It's free skin, steampunk something or other. Yay. Okay. World. And this is my house. I'm gonna sleep at night. I'm gonna do the quick nap thing to bring the daytime around. There we go. As you can see, I've been doing some planting. I finally got the trees to sprout. This is the top floor. I put some flowers in over here, and I put 2 trees in, and some daisies over here. I got some daisies. Oh, and some, I don't know what these are, but they're colorful. Oh, it's raining. Look at that. I love this part of it. I love the fact that it rains in this game. That's one of the things I thought that most of the games, the world, the MMORPGs I've played, the world games, sandbox games, they never had weather. And I always found sunny days boring. I love rainy days. I'm fanatical about them. You see? Okay, now this is my tower. You would not believe how long it took me to figure out how to lay those steps out so that they weren't crisscrossing over each other. The idea was I was going to build this tower high enough that I could see it from anywhere. Unfortunately, that the game only has a certain amount of distance you can see. And in rainy weather or at night, it's even worse. You'd think at night this thing would be lit up like a beacon, but no. Light has a very limited range in this game. Ow. Fall down and go splat. I've widened out the top floor. You can't tell. And the ceiling of the greenhouse is about 3 or 4 layers higher. I made the marvelous discovery that you can turn glass blocks into glass panes and get like 2 or 3 times as many. Also made a few changes. Around here. Move things around. Expand out the floor. Painting. I guess if you squint at it, it looks like something. And my little lava pit right there. So that's when I'm working on stuff and I need to throw stuff away. There it goes. Instant incinerator. Got an enchanting table. Haven't used it yet. Don't know what for. Haven't learned the recipes. Got my crafting table. Got a cauldron. Don't even know what that's for. And got a little white banner. Just a white tapestry hanging there. I don't know why. No picture, no nothing. Now this is the thing I'm proud of. This is my greenhouse. Check this out. Greenhouse. I got little yellow flowers, little purple flowers, and I managed to get the trees to grow inside. Stumbled across some bone meal and used that on it. Got 3 trees that are sort of malingering, just not growing. Got some pumpkins here I planted too, but they're not growing either. Just got to give them more time, though. I may put more lights indoors so that the smaller plants can get more light. This is the kind of greenhouse that Ben and Lily were thinking of when they made that add-on to their house in Goblin Hollow. And yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to write Goblin Hollow again. I'm just after the time jump, there's just not much there, Here, let me go outside so you can get a look at the place, how the place looks from the outside. I've been digging around. The interesting thing about blocks of water, yeah, you can get blocks of water. They continually generate water that flows downhill. I managed to spill some water and turn it into a waterfall. Look at this. Got a waterfall all the way down to the ocean right here. I'm not cleaning it up. And I also got a lava fall around the side of that house. My house is crooked. Look at that. The greenhouse extends out over the lava fall on one side and needs to stick out a little bit further on the other. I'll probably fix that later. Expand it out. I hate smashing all that glass because you have to smash all the glass and replace all the glass after you can't recycle the glass. Horsey! It's got a lava moat all the way around. There ain't gonna be no zombies bothering me here. It's on peaceful setting right now, but there ain't gonna be no zombies under any circumstances. Boom. I've had a few pigs and sheep fall in. I think, bah, whoosh, instant charcoal briquettes. You can see here, I've got a couple of boats floating around. Haha. But this is my latest project. Let me get over here. Got to follow it. I laid down a road. This road here, I've got 2 or 3 roads actually. This one here, took me forever to find my way back to that village. Had to build a compass. And this is only half done. This is only, I just drilled straight ahead. And check it out. Railroad tracks. You follow these train tracks, and they go straight to the village. I basically got in another direction. I got basically a skyway that goes on for like half of forever before I realized I was going in the wrong direction. I haven't built mine carts, and I still need to make more mine tracks. But I want to have a mine track all the way from my house straight to the village. And here we are. Yeah, this is where all little top tappers are wandering around going, meh, meh, meh. I wasted a ton of time gathering sugarcane to make paper, and then and then making a compass, using the paper to make a map. The darn map only you make a map, it only covers a few 100 square blocks of area, and it does not update. So you can make tons of maps, and they won't tell you jack squat. They sure as heck won't tell you how to get all the way back to your house. Look at this. I'm going to build a fence and fence in some of them critters. Milk them and shear them and all that other crap. That used to be a light post. I scavenged it for the lamps, but let's see here. And this is my home away from home. This was their blacksmith shop. I took it out. I stole the lava. And built up the walls. Turned it into a second home away from home. Lots of rocks. One thing you will never run out of is building rocks. Yeah, they can keep the dirt and lamps. Oh, look, more flint. More cobblestone. Yeah, a buttload of cobblestone, man. You get tons of the crap, man. Goes on forever. Of course, now I have to find my way back to the railroad to get back home. And in this rain, your vision, your line of sight is much shorter. Ooh, there's a chicken egg. Always grab the chicken eggs. Those things are random. This latest version of Minecraft, I'm told it's, they've got deserts, jungles, swamps. I've seen the swamps and jungles. They've even got underwater environments. I haven't come anywhere near looking at those. Oh, check this out. I found this side tunnel here. Check this out. Stopped off here. Needed to build some extra stuff. Made a couple of... But look at this. Let's see. Where is the little son of a gun? No, over here. I have no idea what this was all about. Found this here, and this here, and this guy here. I'm not about to let him out. Anyway. Get away, sheep. Yeah, run for it. Run. Are you going to stand there, are you? Come on. There you go. You deserved it. You stand there like a dummy. Walking lamb chop. There you go. It is going to take a lot of metal to finish those tracks. I need to build a roundabout at the end so you can turn around and come back. Move it, sheep. The SPCA, the little rectangular SPCA people are waiting for me at my house now. We understand you've been molesting sheep. Yeah, you see, that thing has got it's a freaking lighthouse. It's got lamps. It should be visible for miles, but you can't see it for some reason. That over there's my boat. You can't see it in the dark. I even got daisies planted out front. You know, so when you fall into the lava moat, you die screaming. Get to see something pretty as you incinerate. See, there you go. Wouldn't believe how long it took to drill down far enough to find lava. There you have it. Casa del Ralfo. We sleep. And it's a whole new day and it's still raining. Oh, well, there you go. And it clears up. Yay! Okay. Wasn't that exciting? Okay, I'm booting this darn screen. Come on. Wasn't that, was that exciting or was it exciting? Did it thrill you? Did it amaze you? Did it even entertain you? Oh, darn, what's wrong with this? What is it now? Okay, something is jammed. One of my programs is going Earth. Okay, I'll be right back. All right? Just give me a minute. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me or not. Computer fall down, go boom. Oh, ooh, ugh, nasty, smelly. Just a minute here. Be back in just a moment. Okay, let's see here. New. Play the music. How y'all doing? Can you hear me out there? Type 123 if you hear me now. Checking the audio. Type once for yes, twice for no. You know. Mm. Mm. They got news here. Somebody named Chelsea Handler says, "Can we trade Donald Trump for Kim Jong Un?" Look, why? Okay, let's make this a general rule of thumb. We don't pay attention to people who appear in public and make announcements to the news while wearing a vagina hat. Can we agree on that? Can we agree that anybody who wears a copy of her vagina on top of her head is not somebody that should be taken seriously, at the very least? Can we agree on that? Look here, look at this. That's if you've seen. This is supposed to be the vagina hat. I'm like, honey, if your VJ looks like that, see a doctor. What on earth? Just why, really? Just I'm almost to the point where this is our culture, this is our nation, this is our people. We deserve to be conquered. We deserve it. Those of us that don't deserve it, why the hell aren't we getting out of here? When you see the village idiot playing with a flamethrower, it's time to pack up your bags and leave, you know? Largely because we're out of places to go. Short of retreating up into the hills and hiding out like these survivalists are doing, most of us are stuck where we are. No place to go that isn't worse than where we are. You know, you got to ask yourself. I always ask myself, these people that make millions and millions of dollars, I can't fathom it. We can't. Uh, Certain lack of imagination, imagining being that rich and spending so much of it so cavalierly. These people go out. The women in this rack. They go out. They spend as much on a single dress as my family would spend uh, on an entire year. You know, and it's unfathomable. But at that level, you know, I mean, people who are better off than we can't. You know, there are people out there that can't fathom people who wash disposable plastic plates. You know, and rinse out red Solo cups and reuse them. They can't imagine being that poor. I don't know what lesson is there. I don't know what lesson is to be made. I get tired of these people who look at you and say, "Oh, you've got a roof over your head. You've got," they look at somebody who's struggling, and they go, "Oh, you got a roof over your head and food in your kitchen. You're not poor." Well, I'm terribly sorry that my personal financial difficulties don't meet your exacting standards. Uh, Telling somebody you got somebody they live in a cracker box house, a tar paper shack, and they don't know if they're going to make the rent next week. They don't know if they're going to keep the lights on, or the heat on, or the trash pickup running, and it's in America. Poverty isn't a matter of simply not having things. It's a matter of wondering if you're going to be able to keep paying for what little you do have. American poverty is being one paycheck away from disaster. American poverty is making a little bit of money every month, and you need more and more money every month to hold the same ground. That's what it's this state of desperate treadmill running. No, I'm not. No, I'm not a poor, starving Ethiopian. But Tell me how how making this notice, taking note of that. Tell me how you've helped either me or the Ethiopian. This is a problem we got. Look, everybody complains about these people going on strike for $15 an hour. These minimum wage workers. First reaction is they don't deserve it. My first question is, did Grandpa deserve it? Because back in 1964, minimum wage was $1.25 an hour, which, after taking inflation into account, was the equivalent of just about $15 an hour today. You want to calculate it a different way? $1.25, 5 quarters, 5 silver quarters, minted in 1964. Their melt value now would be about $15. Either way, you were getting paid twice. Grandpa was getting paid twice as much as the minimum wage worker over here was today. The minimum wage today is $7.50 an hour, exactly half what people were making half a century ago. And then they go on, well, you want to succeed, you got to, yeah. Look, back in 1970, you could work a part-time job and pay off a college education. Today, you can work 2 or 3 part-time jobs and not be able to pay rent. The grievance is legitimate. Their solution is terrible because raising the minimum wage doesn't do anything but it's like trying to lift yourself up by the bootstraps. Raising the minimum wage just raises the cost of everything a minimum wage earner has to pay for. Part of the cost of any product is the labor that goes into it, or paying for the labor. Rule of thumb is given that a person should not pay more than 1/3 of their monthly income in rent or house payments. If you're paying more than 1/3 of your monthly income in rent or house payments, you're on the starvation track. You're on poverty row, and it's an economic disaster. Now, I just looked at a map recently that showed that. It showed how much you would have to earn an hour at a full-time salary to pay rent. In order for it to be, in order for you to be at the point where 1/3 of your income was rent. Florida, you had to make about $20 an hour. West Virginia, you had to make $13 an hour. And so on and so on. There wasn't a state in the union where you could work for $7 an hour full time and pay the rent. And then the next argument comes up, oh, well, they're unskilled labor and that's all they deserve. Let's reconsider. Let's consider that. First of all, we complain that the young generation, we complain that kids today do not have a work ethic. We complain that they do not have a work ethic. They're too good to. They think they're too good to work for for minimum wage. Of course, they think they're too good to work for minimum wage. You put it into their heads. You talk down about people that work for minimum wage. You say that they're worthless, that they don't deserve what they do make, and that they should be kicked to the curb when they complain. Boy, I can't wait to get me one of those jobs. And we've already established, even working full time. It's not enough to survive on. Why would you take a job that literally would eventually cost you more than you make? God forbid somebody hold out for something at least good enough to keep the house warm and lit and sheltered against the cold. And we talk crap about people that do minimum wage work, unskilled labor. Unskilled. You know what would happen to this country if the unskilled labor just took a day off? This country runs on unskilled labor. We're talking about a nation of spoiled dilettantes who freak out if they can't get their double mocha cappuccino before they go to work. Imagine they walk in one day and the baristas are all gone. They go to Burger King for their egg McCrap muffin, and there's nobody behind the counter. They drive down the street and it's overflowing with garbage because the garbage men all quit. Your lawn doesn't get mowed. The toilets in the public restrooms don't get cleaned. The floors don't get mopped. The windows don't get washed. Ah, we got somebody here. Hold on. Come on. Hi. How'd everything go? Good. I'll just leave it anywhere. I didn't know what kind of toilet paper. Well, I don't care. It's Angel Soft. I've got an angelic bottom. It's good for me. Here's the only flip-flops they had. That's the biggest size, 13. I was thinking the cheap little foam things. I know it. Yeah, they didn't have them there. I don't know if they'll fit. Probably won't. I can run to the dollar store tomorrow. They just might work, actually. Yeah. I can actually fit them over the foot. Ta-da! Thank you. I'm on a live stream right now. I'm broadcasting. Everybody, this is Alethea. There's no camera. This is Alethea. Say hi.
Hi.
She's a nice young lady who runs errands for me. Yeah. And she has brought me stuff.
That's the spray she took me to.
Oh, this isn't what I needed. This is for clean. Well, the screen's kind of grimy, but it's a DVD cleaner. You put it into the DVD drive.
She told me that was because I read
on. I'll order one online. It's easier than trying to, do it third hand. What's the old Telegram game? Ah, yes, thank you. This is actually more I needed for the lights. I just needed one of those little short lights, but at least I'll be able to walk in these. Yeah. So we're ahead of the game. Oh, just leave those over in the sink.
Okay. You want me to take any of this stuff anywhere?
Just leave it. I'll figure it out later. Thank you very much. And that was Alethea, folks. She's trying to save up to buy herself a car. She's 15. She's going working to where she gets 16, and she's saving up her cash. One of America's young go-getters. Thank you. And she brought me some. I needed a DVD head cleaner. One of those little disc things you put into the hard drive and it cleans the lens. But the lady behind the counter apparently gave her some. It's a spray bottle of stuff you clean your computer screen with. Well, doo-doo happens. And here, let me. I'm disassembling the stuff here. She brought me Twizzlers. I'm addicted to the fruit-filled ones. Oh, there's filled twists. They had some pink lemonade ones that I absolutely love, but they never seem to have them. But they do have lemon cherry. I also got some Christmas lights. Now, there's a special reason for the Christmas lights. You see, the lighting in here is terrible. So, I'm going to run a string of Christmas lights. Okay, which end is the plug? I like this song here. It's a shame that let me start over. Now here's a group that they could be a pop hit. Yeah, ding groovy, boom, jump, boom, jump. Ah. I'll just double this up. Not very bright, but here, let me. Okay, is my button on? Is my button on? Pardon. I'm turning on my little webcam so you can see. Drop the camera. That's no good. This is a cheapy, crappy Kodak S100 camera. It is old school. It's so old school it has dentures. But here you go. Sir, you see, I got these Christmas lights. She got me. I had her go out and get some Christmas lights so that I could have a little more even lighting. You can't see up there. Just down around the side. There you go. How exciting! Isn't that exciting? I like this music. Excellent. Yeah. And I got me a bag. I got me some dish soap and laundry soap and some computer dust remover. And some Twizzlers. Yay! Fruity filled. I love fruit flavored chewy candy. I used to be all about the chocolate, but now I'm more about the fruit filled stuff. Fruity flavored stuff. Come on, open, darn you. I need this. Buck a pack. Here we go. There we go. Mmm. Ow! Bit my cheek. Got a broken tooth in the back of my mouth. Every now and then I'll bite my cheek. Spoils your whole day. I can't say it's really lit up the room, but it'll make it easier to find the desk in the dark. All right. Excuse me. Let's see, what's camera do I have this thing set on? Oh yeah. Changing over. No, I want to see the cute girls in the bikinis. Change it back. Change it back. Let me tell you something. The guy that writes Better Days. What's his name? Jay Naylor. Jay Naylor. He cranks out porn. He does. You check his Facebook, his not his Facebook, his Patreon site, and he literally makes more in a month than I make in a year just from Patreon pledges. And I'll tell you this much. The majority of people still hate his guts. Other than his, he's politically in the right wing. Pro-bearing arms, by and large conservative, except for his whole sexual licentiousness thing. He mass produces this stuff that greases the furry community's skids, and they still hate him. Because he's pro-Second Amendment. That alone would be enough. It doesn't take him much to be declared a heretic by certain groups of people. That is the third time they played that darn song. Come on. This is a mix. Come on. Moving along. I'm seriously tempted to call the doctor's office and let them know that I need to reschedule, or maybe just drop the schedule entirely, the appointment entirely. But I'm I'm trying to adult here. Try to be a grown up. I'm not worried about needles or anything like that. It's just or bad diagnosis. I just hate having to go to all the rigmarole, the lumbering about to get things done. I gotta check something real quick here. Make sure I've got enough money for the taxi tomorrow on Monday. Good, good. I got enough. Okay, I put my card down here. I just gotta find it again. Oh, here we go. Isn't it nice how the comedians are finally coming out and saying, gee, this political correctness thing is kind of lousy for our careers? Talk about not noticing until too late, you know? Excuse me, I've been getting a little water. My. Okay, I gotta show you this. Petting your dog. Okay. I'm going back to these pictures. I like these pictures better. Yeah, I'm good. I've got a ride. That one of the rabbit in the bikini. I keep looking. I don't realize. Every time I've redrawn it twice, and I can never get the arms right. One of the arms is bent at a funny angle, and drives me. It bugs the heck out of me. We're a nation. We're a civilization wallowing in undeserved guilt. For the past 50 years, longer, 60, no longer, 70 years. How long was it since World War II? We've been flogging ourselves as a civilization. We decided at the end of World War II that that was proof that you should never take pride in your own nation. We got the wrong message. We got the wrong message from World War II, and now we're paying the price for it. We have spent decades flogging ourselves over over World War II. As it was a Western civilization that went off the rails, and so Western civilization as a whole has been flogging itself ever since. And that was only redoubled with Korea and Vietnam, and even as just as those wars were, and they were just because we were facing an empire that was using our guilt our collective guilt over the world wars uh, to come in and build itself an empire and guilt us into standing back and let it happen. Ask the people in North Korea what they thought of American interventionism. We wouldn't let ourselves win a war. Now the war is coming to our front door, and we don't want to fight it. Because that would involve us saying that we believe in our country, that we believe in our culture, that we believe in the values with which this nation was laid down. Again, that scrambler is a piece of crap. Keep gravitating back toward the songs over and over again. Ow! Put the on my cheek. Looking for my pen. Or my stencil, rather. Stylus, whatever you will call it. pardon. Case of the sniffles. Not even really feeling sick. I just nose keeps feeling stuffed up. I think I bloodied my nose earlier and I got a little scab inside. You know how it is. That didn't help much. Eating all them Twizzlers. I never did really take time on the story to address the fact that, hello, this suit of armor is walking around by itself and talking to people. Probably going to have to do it in either. I'm either going to have it happen fairly soon, or I'm going to have it happen in flashback. It's an awful long time to spend quiet for me. This is need to. There's some sort of cottonwood in the air right now. What do you mean, pollen? I don't know that I'm out. I don't know that I'm allergic to anything. I just I live in a real dirty place. There's dust and stuff, and that's probably most of it. Feel kind of funky. Tired, and I got a little bit of a headache, too. Uh, Cottonwood. Oh, you heard somebody threw a fit because they saw a decorative display at what's the name of that Hobby Lobby. Some black lady threw a fit because they had decorative display up that used cotton, you know, draw, they'd pick it, and, use, it's just a branch of a cotton plant with cotton balls still on it, and they'd stuck it in a jar. Oh, look, lovely decoration. And this woman said, oh, look, racism. Like, dang, woman, they didn't take you out in the field and make you pick it. It's like every time you can't even call them on it anymore. Everybody, it's not like we're blind or deaf. There are people by the thousands standing out there saying this is stupid, this is ridiculous, this has gone beyond the level of crazy. What the hell are you talking about, people? And they hear, it's not like they're oblivious to the fact that we think they're nuts. They don't care. They don't care. And telling them you're nuts isn't having any effect on them. They just double down. They get crazier and crazier. And why? Because we're not doing anything except saying sticks and stones may break my sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never do diddly squat. Until we start taking the crazy people and treating them like crazy people, one, ignoring them, two, punishing them when they get out of line, we're not going to see any changes. Of course they're going to continue in their crazy behavior. A child will continue sticking its finger in a light socket until it either gets zapped or until you paddle its backside. So long as they can keep behaving batshit crazy and getting away with it, why would they stop? And having somebody up on stage say mean things about them just confirms their bias. Mean and truthful things. Let's clarify that. It's not enough anymore to stand there and just tell them to their face what they don't want to hear. If society is to survive, we have to start making them live with the consequences of the actions. And that doesn't mean standing aside and letting the chips fall where they may either. When they go out and start protesting naked in the street, they need to be arrested. And when they throw a temper tantrum about that, in front of them, were you out in public naked? Hey, well, guess what? Public indecency. Ding, ding, you're going to jail. Were you out blocking traffic? Hey, guess what? That's against the law. It was against the law before you started this Occupy Wall Street crap. Setting things on fire? Hello, welcome to a charge of arson. You're going to jail and staying there. The last time this nonsense was allowed to get this far out of hand, we ended up with Kent State. You will note that after Kent State, you don't hear too much about the hippies rioting in the streets, do you? That was the last hurrah. And then they found out, holy shit, you say you want a revolution, but you don't want any bullets coming your way. Surprise! You mean if we overthrow society, society might fight back? Oh my gosh! The only people I feel sorry for in that whole mess, there are two people actually, two groups of people I feel sorry. The National Guardsmen who were forced to open fire to defend themselves, and maybe a handful of dumb clucks who went out there and were marching along with all these lunatics because they thought, hey, it's a party. Then the rocks started flying and the bullets start coming back the other way, and surprise, surprise, it's not a party anymore. We let them do whatever they want. They come in there, they throw a tantrum. They want to have gay marriage, and our government comes along and pats them on the head and says, sure, you got two men or two women who want to marry each other. You want to marry a 6-year-old child. You want to marry a cow or a bowling ball. Hey, we'll go along with it. Yay, vote for me. We don't hold our politicians accountable, and unsurprisingly, our politicians won't hold the troublemakers in our society accountable. Why should they? It's how they got elected. The devil is the prince of this world, and accomplishing any good thing is an uphill battle, and always will be. Christian, anybody who's any Christian knows that. Any born again believer knows that, and we know that we're going to lose eventually. We're fighting a holding action, and it's unsurprising if we lose ground. We lose ground every day. And this is why every Christian, there's so many Christians who believe that the rapture is going to take place anytime soon. I hate to break it to you, but they believe that the first Christian church, the original New Testament Christian church in the middle of the Middle East, they thought the rapture was coming soon too. But God's idea of soon and our idea of soon is, shall we say, has a gap of about several thousand years. So don't sit around expecting things to get so. There's so many foolish Christians who believe that, don't worry, Jesus will come by and sweep us up and away before anything gets too bad. Ask the people that lived through the Holocaust how bad it can get. Ask the Christians who were thrown to the lions how bad it can get. Ask the ones that are being beheaded right now, tortured and raped and murdered in the Mideast right now. Ask them how bad it can get. Times have risen and fallen. Empires have risen and fallen. And still we have to carry on. It's a long, tiring ride. Many will fail and fall along the way, becoming fruitless. Just angry. I wish there was a potion or pill I could take to revivify myself. I keep promising myself tomorrow it's going to be a great working day. I'm going to accomplish so much, and yeah. Well, you see how that goes. I think I'm. Okay, it has been 2.5 hours. I think I'm going to call it a night for tonight. Thank you for sticking with me. I'm sorry I haven't been more talkative. I really do need to be more talkative. I really need to have a slightly better plan for these broadcasts other than wing it. And that's what I've been doing. Y'all take care of yourselves, okay? And say a prayer for me. Uh, I need a revival of that spark in me, and not sure where it would come from, other than from God Almighty. Y'all take care of yourselves. Y'all have a good night, and I should be seeing you tomorrow. Should be, may not, don't know, but I'll try and have a broadcast going. I'll try and get something together that's a little more entertaining too. You all take care of yourselves.